Hey socialites, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Ariell. I create mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle vlogs. So if that's the type of content you enjoy, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and come join the family. So today's video is going to be my January makeup tray. So this is a curated tray of beauty products that I put together every single month, and by creating this tray, it helps me to see what I need and don't need in my collection. It helps me to rediscover some of my old products I may have forgotten about. Also use up some products I'm almost done with. It's been super helpful for me, and a lot of you have said it's been helpful for you as well. Comment down below if you've started incorporating the makeup tray into your routine. Hopefully you can draw some inspiration from this month's tray. Let's jump right into the video. Starting out with primers, I wanted to pull out my e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. Now this primer actually just relaunched today, so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to put it on the tray, as well as it's January. So this is the month in Houston where it kind of starts to get really cold. And if you know anything about the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer, it gives you a very dewy, just luscious skin look. A lot of people like to look dewy in the summertime, and I love that as well. But this is one that I feel like works best in winter for me, because it's going to add that shine. And for me, I can add extra shine in the winter, if you get what I mean. Just helps your skin to look very plump and luscious, and your makeup to be a little bit more long wearing. I really enjoy this. When I first purchased it, it was a limited. It always comes out like for a limited time, and I had never seen it before, ordered it, and after I did, a lot of the socialites said that this is amazing, and I did have an amazing experience with it. So yeah, we're gonna get use out of her this month. Next primer is actually a sample. It's the Smashbox Original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. Who remembers this? I remember like back when makeup tutorials really got popping years ago, Smashbox was like the leader in the industry of primers. They had every kind of primer. It was like the go-to back then, but I recently got a sample of it and I wanted to use it just so I can familiarize myself on how it works. I do plan on doing a video, if not this month, next month, on my primer collection. And so I'm sort of getting back to some of the primers I hadn't reached for in a while, or I need to familiarize myself with a little bit more so I can prepare for that video and have all the tea for y'all. And the next primer is one that I don't use often, but it's really good and I love the way it makes my face look. And this is the Dior Forever Glow Veil Primer. Really good primer. It gives you like this satiny type glow to the skin. The reason why I wanted to put this on the tray, not only to get more use out of it, but typically when I wear it, I pair it with the Dior Forever Nude Foundation. And so she's on the tray so that I could pair her with other foundations and just kind of see how she performs with different products. Moving on to foundation, this was actually on my December favorites, and I added the Patrick Ta foundation to the tray this month just because I get the most use out of my cream formulas in the winter time. So I wanted to use this one more like January and February. It's a medium to full coverage foundation that gives you a beautiful, creamy, luscious, buttery look to the skin. Really nice formula. Get decent wear out of it as well, maybe about 5 or 6 hours before I need to touch up a little bit longer with a good primer. And next product is one that I believe was on last month's tray, you guys, but I didn't get to her. So this is the Laura Mercier Weightless Foundation. Really pretty lightweight foundation. You can't get full coverage out of this one. This is for those who want that sort of sheared out light to medium coverage look, but very beautiful and natural on the skin. This one's not for the oily girlies though. This one is for like more so the normal to dry skin types. If you're combination, you can get away with it, but if you're like super oily, this one won't be for you. But it gives a beautiful finish and it's very moisturizing. So this one works best for me in the winter months. Next foundation on the tray was on last month's tray as well, and then I need to play around with it more. So I definitely wanted this one on the list. And this is the Futurist Skin Serum Foundation from Estee Lauder. This is their newest foundation release. Very pretty, and I love the color of it. I've used it a few times already, but I haven't really formulated my thoughts on it. So I want to be very intentional about using this on my next few videos. And the last foundation on the tray this month is actually the Tom Ford Traceless Stick Foundation. Adding this to the tray, not only because it's a cream product, but it's newer to me. I've only had this about a month or so, used it maybe once or twice. So this is another product that I just want to sort of familiarize myself with a little more. Moving on to eyeshadow palettes, I want to add the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette to the tray. Now this was another product that was actually featured on my December favorites, but I enjoyed it. Y'all, this is really good. So I want to play around with the different color combinations with this a little bit more and use the creams in different ways. Just sort of be a little bit creative, even though it's earth tones. I just want to play around with techniques because I recently found that this is a palette that you almost don't have to blend. The colors just melt into each other. And when I figured that out, I already knew that I wanted to sort of play around with it a little bit more. So we definitely putting this one on the tray. And next two palettes are actually some fun palettes. Now these were Christmas gifts from my kids. Every Mother's Day or any type of holiday, they always get me an eyeshadow palette, usually like the little cartoonish or the fun type eyeshadow palettes. Now they're not for kids, they're actually really good. And believe it or not, every time they get me one of these type of palettes, I really end up loving them. They're always super pigmented and just do a great job. And they usually become one of my favorites at the moment. So this is the Disney Stitch eyeshadow palette. And it just has some pretty fun pastel colors. So we're definitely going to play in color this month. I've swatched them and they're really pigmented as well. So I'm excited to do a look with it. And next up is the Lucky Charms eyeshadow palette. So this what this one looks like. And similar to the other one, it just has like some bright colorful shades. And this one is really pigmented as well. Last shadow on the tray is actually a cream shadow. And this is the Give shadow that comes in this little squeeze tube. I got the color Sky Vibes, which is a dark, like deep dark chocolate brown, and I picked this up during one of the Sephora sales and I sort of forgot about it. I think I used it only a few times, so I definitely want to get to this month just to get use out of it. When I first got it, I remember really liking it to the point that I wanted another shade, so we're definitely throwing this one on the tray. So I did add two concealers to the tray for January. First up is the Hourglass concealer. This is one that I rarely reach for. Not that it's not a good product. This is a really great product, but I think it's the shade. I have the shade Maple. Let me show y'all what it looks like. So this is Maple, and I feel like I don't reach for this one as much because I prefer slightly lighter. Once this oxidizes under my eyes, it almost looks like my skin tone, and I think that's the reason why I don't use it as much, but it's an amazing formula. So we're using her this month, all month. Similar to the Hourglass concealer, this one I don't reach for as much because the shade is so close, and I prefer 1 to 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. And this is the Nars, I think it's called Creamy Radiant. This one's in the shade Walnut. Also a really good formula, you guys. I'll put this one here under the Hourglass. And they're almost like the same shade. Once it oxidizes, it almost looks just like my skin tone. And like I said, I like a little bit lighter, but I'm definitely gonna get use out of both of these this month. Next up is one of the best cream contours, period, that you can get. Period is life. This is the Huda Beauty Cream Contour. I have the color medium. Putting this on the tray because she's kind of new. I've been using this though, but I picked this up during the latest Sephora sale and I'm realizing that I think they're discontinuing it. Like I haven't found it anywhere. I think last time I looked, they had like 1 or 2 shades left that seemed like they were quickly selling out, you guys, and I don't know if they're bringing it back or not. So yeah, I want to be really intentional about using this one because this is a product that I also use on clients. So we need to use her up and start experimenting with new ones. Next product is a blush, and I have 2 shades. Now this is a brand new release. So e.l.f. has released Camo liquid blushes that are supposed to be high pigment. I think it comes in 6 shades or 8 shades or something like that. So I picked up 2. I picked up the orange one, which is called Gorg Orange. And I also picked up this sort of rose, like a pink rose shade, but the name of the shade is Berry Well. So I guess it's a berry shade, rose, or a berry shade. Let me swatch them for y'all. So this is Berry Well. Wow, it is super high pigment, very pigmented. And then Gorge Orange, let's swatch it. Wow, this is giving Juvia's Place pigment. So I'm super excited to try those out. So I put 3 mascaras on the tray this month and they're all travel size. Now these are mascaras that I got either from like Sephora samples. One of them I got in a fragrance set that came with the mascaras. This one's the Caliray Come Hell or High Water mascara. It's a tubing mascara. So tubing mascaras is like the new thing. I'm not super familiar with the ins and outs of it, but I'm gonna familiarize myself with the benefits of tubing mascaras. Some of the socialites said they absolutely love it, so this one's going on the tray. And then next is the e.l.f. Big Mood mascara. Now I've used this a couple times and I really like it. A lot of people seem to like it. This year I definitely want to incorporate a little bit more affordable products on my channel, and so yeah, I definitely want to get more use out of this one. What it looks like, Fat Wand Ultra Black. And the last mascara I got in a fragrance set. When I got the Idole fragrance set, it came with Idole by Lancome Mascara, which I've also heard amazing things about this mascara. Ooh, the wand is, so this one has like a curved wand and it looks ultra black. I wanted to add more sultry lip colors to the tray this month. Typically in the colder months is when I do so, unless it's night. Sometimes at night I'll do that. But this is a color that was actually on last month's tray that I didn't get around to. It's one of the new shades from the NYX Butter Gloss, which is Lava Cake. It's a deep, dark brown. Definitely want to use this. I feel like this is perfect for the winter months. And then I have a NYX Smooth Whip shade, and this one's in the shade Chocolate Mousse. So that one has a little bit more of a reddish undertone than Lava Cake, and it has like a velvety matte texture as opposed to a glossy shine. This one I bought this fall, and I bought it specifically to wear during the fall and winter months, and it's the MAC Locked Kiss ink in the shade Posh, and that one I'll put here. And that's just like a medium tone brown. Very pretty on the lips and dries to a beautiful soft matte finish. And last is a Givenchy lippy. Now it's not as deep and sultry. It's more of like a nude shade. And this one's in the shade 15E. This formula is really, really good, y'all. Super comfortable, doesn't crack, very smooth. I'll put it towards the bottom. And this is more so like a rose, a mauve rose color. Beautiful finish, you guys, and very long lasting. The Givenchy lip colors are really, really good, by the way. Comment down below if you've tried this formula. And last are some SPFs. Now, if y'all know anything about me, I hardly use SPFs. I hardly talk about them on my channel because I'm not too familiar with them. But over the last month or two, I've really been experimenting a lot more because the benefits of using an SPF is incredible, especially when you're getting to the age like me, when you start seeing signs of aging like fine lines and different things like that, open pores. It's so important when you start incorporating like vitamin C's or retinols. You have to protect that skin. If you don't, your dark marks become darker and signs of aging become a little bit more drastic. And trust me, I understand it now, and I've seen a difference on my skin over the past like month or so that I've been using SPFs. So the ones that I'm adding to the tray this month is going to be from Naked Sundays. Now they gifted me a few different ones, but the ones I wanted to try out is the SPF 50. This is a mineral sunscreen, and keep in mind sunscreens you have to reapply every couple of hours. And I love the fact that they also sent me the sunscreen in a spray form. Now I've been keeping this with me on the go. This is the Naked Sundays Hydrating Glow Mist, and it also has SPF of 50. So I put this on before my makeup, and then throughout the day if I'm out and I know sun is going to be out, every 2 hours I can just spray this on top of makeup and get that added protection. So good. But I've also been dabbling with the Super Goop one that I got in the advent calendar, and I love it. It just makes my skin feel and look so yummy. I'll probably get a different shade than what I have, or either go with the clear one, but I like that one as well. well. So probably closer to like spring or summer, we're definitely going to get a little bit more into SPFs and details on what the different brands provide. So that's it for this month's makeup tray. Comment down below, let me know what are some of those products that you're going to be pulling out and using this month. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love. Cause too fresh with the scars. Well, I don't have the answers.